Hi, this is Tanya Robinson, and I want to thank you for watching In Camera Review.
Good morning. Here I am with Judge Jason Clay of the Alameda County Superior Court. And just to start, I'll ask you a few biographical questions, background information. So jumping right in, where did you grow up? What was your family life like? High school, college, and social life, that type of thing?
Okay. Well, I grew up in Southern California in a city called Covina. And I was out there until I was about 15. Then I moved to San Bernardino County to a city called Alta Loma. And that's where I ended up graduating from high school. Family life was pretty good. Had a close relationship with my parents and my sister. So yeah, family life was good.
Great. Did you have any hobbies or extracurricular activities, sports clubs that you were committed to?
When I was growing up,
Yeah.
yeah, I was involved in sports all through my youth. Played football, the Pop Warner leagues, and then in high school for a year, and then also ran track in high school. I had a number of hobbies. My dad and I, we were involved in miniature wargaming. We would wargame the British Zulu War from 1879. Also collected stamps and coins and sports cards. So a lot of different things.
Very cool. And I understand at some point you got into amateur boxing, correct?
Yeah, when I was in junior high school, I started boxing.
Very cool. So if you could, switching gears to the process for becoming a judge, if you could just give us a general overview of what the process was like for becoming a judge for you.
Well, for me, I went through the process of seeking an appointment. To become a state judge, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can seek appointment from the governor, or you can run for an open seat. I chose the route of seeking an appointment from the governor. So I guess my journey started around 2010. I submitted an application when Governor Schwarzenegger was still governor. And it entails a pretty detailed application. There is a lot of information that you have to include in that application. Basically, they want to know everything about your entire life so that they can vet you. And so it entailed a lot of going back and trying to dig up different things that I was involved in, and so that I could accurately provide that information. Once that's done, it goes to a committee that reviews you and determines whether or not your application is worthy of going to the next process, which is the Jenny Committee. And once you get to the Jenny Committee, you're interviewed. Typically, they have 2 members from the Jenny Committee that interview you. And after that, if you rank high enough, I guess, the governor's appointment secretary will conduct an interview. So under Schwarzenegger, I went through Jenny. It was at the end of his term, and I didn't get any further than that. And then when Brown became governor, I interviewed with his appointment secretary, Josh Groban. And then a number more years went by, And then they sent me through Jenny again. So I went through that again. And then in 2018, I was finally appointed.
Wow. Was becoming a judge something that you'd always strived for or had in mind for your career or professional trajectory?
No, I didn't really start thinking about that until a little bit before I applied. I guess I was thinking about where my career was going and what I was able to do. And one of the things, or the main thing that I like doing is being able to make a positive difference in people's lives. And I thought that as a judge, that would afford me a greater opportunity to achieve that because you're touching so many people that come into your courtroom on a daily basis. And I decided that was something that I wanted to do and wanted to try for. So it wasn't until around 2010 that I decided this is the route that I wanted to go.
Very cool. Lastly, in this group of questions, do you have any war stories that you are willing to share with us about becoming a judge?
When you say war stories, what do you mean?
I guess, sorry, about sort of the process, any challenges you confronted in the process of becoming a judge?
Well, I think that, the whole process is challenging. The whole process is very stressful because you never know where you are along the process. You go through the interviews and initially it seems like everything is moving very quickly. After I put my first application in and I got to Jenny really, really quickly and I thought everything was going very smoothly. And then, 8 years have passed. So
Wow.
that is, that's the stressful part is you never know how things are going. You may think it's going one way and it goes some other direction. And so that's the challenging part, not knowing what is actually happening or why certain things are happening. And
Yeah.
You're seeing other people appointed and you're wondering, well, where's my application in the process? Have they just decided, it's not going to happen? And I think, before I was appointed, I had kind of resigned myself to the fact, well, maybe this is not going to happen. But I was a commissioner at that time and I was happy doing what I was doing. So I was content, and then all of a sudden it happened. So I guess things happen when they're supposed to and when you least expect it.
There you go. Sounds like a much more intense moral character application process. And prior to, I guess, becoming a commissioner, you were in private practice, is that correct?
Right, I was in private practice before I became a commissioner, and then prior to that, I was in the Alameda County Public Defender's Office.
Okay. And as a private practitioner, what was your area of specialty?
Primarily criminal defense. We did a few. I had a partner. Well, initially I was in a solo practice, and then after a year or two, I formed a partnership with a former colleague of mine at the Public Defender's Office, and so we ran our firm, and so we would do a few other things, but primarily it was criminal defense.